4:43 p.m. Tuesday evening, October 21st, 2025. First we're at the Chicago Transit Authority, Armitage Avenue, Chicago, Illinois station. First we saw a red line train coming out from underground. This is a purple line train heading to Linden Avenue, Wilmette, Illinois, from downtown Chicago, the Chicago Loop. And this is a brown line train making the stop here, heading from Kimball Avenue on the northwest side of Chicago to downtown Chicago Loop. Here comes yet another CTA train. This is another brown line train. Heading from downtown Chicago, the Chicago Loop, to Kimball Avenue on the northwest side of Chicago. And here comes a purple line train heading from Linden Avenue in Wilmette, Illinois, north of here, to the Chicago Loop, downtown Chicago. The red line trains operate between 95th Street and the Dan Ryan Expressway on the far south side of Chicago, and Howard Avenue on the north side. And you can see where the two lines come from underground. The red line trains becomes a subway here going south. And suddenly each line's 2 tracks becomes a 4-track main line. And let me tell you a little bit about the CTA. Just see if we get another. Oh, that's okay. Love these wood platforms. There's a view looking down Armitage Avenue. Boy, is it windy. Well, this is called the Windy City. The population of Chicago, Illinois here is 2.74 million. Chicago Transit Authority Red Line operates between 95th Street and the Dan Ryan Expressway on the far south side and Howard Avenue on the north side. Purple Line Expresses operate between Linden Avenue, Wilmette, and downtown Chicago Loop weekday rush hour periods only. The Brown Line trains operate between Kimball Avenue on the northwest side of Chicago and the downtown of Chicago Loop. The CTA has 146 stations. Annual ridership is in 2024 was 127,463,400 passengers. The Chicago Transit Authority began operations June 6, 1892. It's standard gauge, third rail, 600 volt DC. Top speed is 55 miles per hour. The 2600 series cars were built by Budd Company at their Red Lion plant in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The 5000 series cars were built by, the 3200 series cars were built by Mars and Knutson at their Hornell, New York plant. The 5000 series cars were built by Bombardier at their Plattsburgh, New York plant. The 7000 series cars are starting to enter service by the China Rail Rolling Stock Corporation, being built at the Chicago plant of Chicago Rail Rolling Stock Corporation, Sifang America, SIFANG America, their Chicago plant. This guy's spending a lot of time here. Eyeball Armitage Avenue. And that was another Brown Line train heading from the Chicago Loop, downtown Chicago, to Kimball Avenue on the north, kind of on the northwest side. It branches off of this line to Howard and Linden in the far in the distance. Now here comes yet one more train. The Purple Line Express heading from the Chicago Loop, downtown Chicago, to Linden Avenue in Wilmette, Illinois. It is the rush hour here in Chicago on the CTA. Eyeball Armitage Avenue. There goes a red line train heading from 95th Street, Van Ryn Expressway to Howard Avenue on the north side. There comes the southbound Purple Line Express heading from Linden Avenue, Wilmette, Illinois to the Chicago Loop downtown. And here comes yet another northbound. And the cost of my trip on the Brown Line CTA train from Quincy and the Chicago Loop to Armitage Avenue here was $1.10 with my Ventra card. Another Purple Line Express. No, Brown train, Brown Line. Another Brown Line train heading from the Chicago Loop downtown to Kimball Avenue on the northwest side. Let's see what this guy is. Oh, looks like a Brown Line train. Let's just go down and see if we can get one more coming out of the hole.
They passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
Can I get by?
Got a paddock with my wrist going nuts.
What?
Go over there. Caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Somewhere in the block or by 10.
Here comes a red line, will go into the hole. This guy is a Purple Line Express heading from Linden Avenue, Wilmette, Illinois to the downtown Chicago, the Chicago Loop. But here comes a red line, he'll go into the hole, into the subway here. Coming from Howard Avenue on the north side. And there's the Purple Line Express on the elevated and the red line train going into the hole, into the subway. And it's now exactly 5 p.m. Tuesday evening, October 21st, 2025 at the Chicago Transit Authority, Armitage Avenue Station, Chicago, Illinois. Over and out.